Thank you everybody to be here, and thank you to Sandeep and Denimsandjeans. We are friends since many, many years, and we know the dedication of Sandeep to denim business and to sustainability. So I'm happy also to be in Japan, because I'm proud to be here. For me, to be in Japan is exciting. I really love Japan, as you can see from my dress. I am kind of indigo person. So today I want to share with you my experience in what I have done, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing for circularity. And before, I want to introduce myself. I'm working in textile and fashion since more than 30 years. And I started as a designer. And then I started to have my own company, Media, in Italy. Here, this year will be 20 years. That is an incredible moment for us. We are going to celebrate in June, so friends are invited. And in 20 years, as Mr. Goldsmith said before, too many things change. In 20 years, we see what's happening in sustainability, first of all just as a word, and then as a reality. Nowadays, with Medea, we are working too many projects, and we are involved starting from fiber to the field, from organic cotton to fabric mills, to finishing, laundry, and design. So to have fully control on the things is so important, and that's why to create transparency and traceability and the things you do, and especially designer can do it, is very important, and we need to expand our knowledge when we do things. In this year, what we created with our experience, we call the culture of change. Because without to know, without to share our knowledge and our culture with new generation, but also with old generation, because sometimes we face and we find in the company people that are not connected with the new reality. So the circularity is a word that is so important nowadays. So in this year, we bring our experience in many places in the world, university, school, even in a very, let's say, primary school sometimes, university, and also in the fair, important fair, as we are today. So this message is important because we are testifying with our work what is happening, how we can change the things. So this presentation today, I want to underline one point. When we are talking about upcycle, we are not talking only about bring old garment and make new product. We are also thinking how to bring fabric or things that are already existing, and we can bring to another level. So in the fashion and textile industry, is one of the politics, we know that. But the textile waste generated in the production of garment is from 25 to 40%. This means that the pre-consumer, the waste during the production, and then the waste during the cut is a huge quantity. So upcycle helps save resources and then the creative approach helps to recycle in order to create unique things. So as Stefano Aldighieri said before, we are expecting to work in a different way compared to the mass market. See, I think everybody wants to make huge quantity of garment, but this is the reality, that things are going to change because fast fashion is changing. And especially the younger generation, the new conscious consumer, are looking for a different scenario. So this is some point, and this is some data on the waste of fabric and garment. We know that 3 to 10% of global emission is done from fabric and fashion. Closing the loop in the textile industry and create a circular value is the key to transform clothing and textile. We know what's happening in Europe now, that we have a new regulation, and then we need to recycle. It's not possible anymore to burn the garment, but there is a problem. We don't know how to recycle. We have some recent experience with Renewcell, maybe everybody know. We are all thinking to recycle, but at the end, nobody wants to pay more for that. So we have to start to think in a different way, because we need to pay more to recycle things. So the textile waste is going to increase 63% in 2030. This is only few years. You can pre-consumer waste. So as I say, European Union alone generates 16 million tons of textile waste. This waste is coming from when you prepare the fabric, so the waste when you are weaving, then when you are dyeing, when you are cutting the garment. All this waste is a mountain of waste that we have to recycle. So the material can be upcycled into new garment, and the potential is 80%. Can you imagine? 80%. So, and then another point, what is the difference upcycle to recycle? Sometimes we make it confusing. Recycle is involved an industrial process. That means that I have to take a fiber or the waste, melt it down, create a new fiber that goes in a new fabric. This is a recycle. Every time we have to take something like a bottle or paper or fabric that have to re-enter again. This means that we have used a lot of energy to do it. It's not only recycle by itself. You have to use water, we have to use chemical, we have to use energy. That means these are costs. But there's a good news that upcycle is different. Sometimes we can bring fabric that are already existing, maybe small quantity, and we can use it to create new project. So upcycle is not only to bring old garment and make new, but also bringing fabric and create garment, small production. My friend before asked me, how, Lucia, we can create some production from this small amount? Sometimes in the mills, we have more than 20 meters, we have 100 meters, we have 2,000 meters sometimes. This is a waste. Sometimes this waste got to be discharged or destroyed. This is a big value that we can reuse. So upcycle retain the original form, identity of material, and result and transform into object. This is the upcycle, but from unique pieces to industrial implementation. What means? Upcycle in the fashion industry is a transaction to sustainable practice. The global fashion agenda aims to 20% of market in the future will be done with upcycled product. This is a business. This is an opportunity. This is not just a small brand. This can be an opportunity even for the big brand. So the Circular signed 86 company, maybe you know that represent 12% of the global agenda. This collaborative effort and exchange of brand designer are vital for success. That means, as a designer, we need to be more connected with who produce the fabric. Without this connection, it's not possible to close the loop. As we are aiming to have traceability in the things we do, we have also to be more connected with the fabric and producer, because we need to control and we need to help them in order to save all this waste. So by focusing on transparency, collaboration, integrating upcycle on manufacturing process, the fashion industry can pave the way to more circular and sustainable. So, as I say, the waste in production, let's say some leftover from production process. fabric with quality problem, sometimes this can be updated, this can be used in a more creative way. Otherwise we have to destroy it, and manufacturer resource planning issue. So to reduce this process, we need to collaborate. Then textile waste leftover are generating at different stage of the garment process, including sampling, cutting, and sewing. To achieve maximum sustainability, the cutting leftover and other textile waste can be sent to mechanical recycling. So, as I say, we have recycle and we have upcycle. The textile waste ranges to 20% to 40% of the total fabric used. Can you imagine? If I use 10 meters, 4 meters are waste. That's an incredible amount. We never think like that, but if I look from this point of view, we can realize how much we can save with our creative thinking. Then we have some example of designers that have implemented upcycle. I include also our brand because we experience directly. After I work many years in this business, I realized that all these fabric are a huge value, and also sometimes all the trial that mills or company are doing are treasure, because sometimes these fabric are not going to be sold because they are experimental things, they are something with some defect, or something that the color is wrong. All these are big treasure, and collecting this fabric in order to create new products is so important, our point of view. So as designer, more than 35 years, I realized that what I can do is one of the parts. If everybody do something, small part in their work, we can change the things. So here is our brand. We are producing locally. We are bringing fabric from Italian manufacturer, Italian mills, even buttons or sewing. And we are producing locally in order to trace everything from the start to the end. For us to have fully control on the things is fundamental, because for a small brand, but generally also for the big brand, will be more and more important to be traceable. Maybe you know this is Italian brand, Blue of a Kind. They bring old garment, they open up some old jeans, and they create a new garment. This is, of course, is a very high level because it takes a lot of time to make a new garment. At the end of the day, they create their own identity. That is so important because it's unique. One of the points is all these brands are unique. It's not a mass production. Of course, if I look at the point of view from industrial things, we can also create a small amount, but it's not that small. Because if I have 200 meters of waste, I can create a small production. Aluvalia, she's from London. She brings old fabric and new fabric, especially from her tradition. She's from India, but living in London. She's combining old garment and new fabrics in order to create new product. Again, she's looking for unicity. Unicity is against mass production and fast fashion. And then Redon, I'm sure everybody knows this brand from United States. They are reducing a lot because bringing old garments that are going to be discharged at the end or destroyed means doing something for the circularity. And then this is an experience. I put this Daniel Fletcher because this was a very interesting experience. During the lockdown, this designer decided to bring a lot of small pieces of fabric in order to create a new project. Even to bring all this small amount of fabric can create a difference. So this also for us was a very impressive experience. On video on Instagram, he created this new upcycle venture. And again, I want to return to the first point. For us, as we are testifying with our work as a designer, what is possible to do with a small action all together, we can change the things. And this is not a slogan, this is the reality, because otherwise we give the power to change the things to others, but we are the person that have to do something. So with our small action every day. And then we have some sources for that, and I want to thank you for that. Thank you.